like, hey, get out of here. What are you trying to do? For a moment, me and my brother, we felt like, yeah, let's go. What you want to do now? Now we were ready because we knew our dad he had our back. He was going to stand up for us, and he threatened him like, I can take your life right now. I used to think, well, men of God in the Bible, they didn't resort to violence and, they just prayed. Newsflash, Abraham was a man of war, righteous man, the father of faith, and his nephew Lot was in some deep trouble. And he gathered his men, and they rode deep. What up, good morning. I am on the way to a live firearm training, and it's going to be outdoor. I'm going all the way down to Homestead, Miami. First time going to an outdoor range, and I signed up almost a year ago with Florida Defense Training, a pretty dope company. Gone a few times to do some combat training, and now I'm about to go do the firearm live training on an outdoor range. And I wanted to do this video just talking about how men are by nature protectors. We protect our wives, we protect our children, and we're the head of the house. Before the enemy can touch our family, he has to go first through the man of that house. And the Bible talks about before a house can be robbed, you got to take down the strong man. If you can't get past the strong man, you are not able to get in that house and touch the rest of that household. And it's important as men that we protect our household, we protect our family, we protect our loved ones, especially our wives and our children. Nothing makes a woman feel secure when a man stands up for her and protects her from anything that would threaten her life or her children's life. And it's our responsibility, man. When God spoke to Adam and Eve in the garden, God didn't go to Eve. He went to Adam. He asked Adam, hey, Adam, what happened? And it's typical of, human nature. We play the blame game, and his first response was, it was the woman, God, that you gave me. So he started to shift the blame on her instead of taking responsibility and accountability, because God gave him the instructions, and it was for Adam to communicate that to his wife thoroughly, to protect her from disobeying God, because God said, the day that you eat of the fruit, you shall surely die. And as husbands, and I'm speaking to the husbands, even if you're not a husband yet, it's important, man, that first of all, you have a solid relationship with God, and you're able to spend time with God and hear from him and get divine instructions concerning your household, because God is going to look to you. He's going to hold you accountable for your household. And in some cases, you may be obeying God and carrying out the instructions, and you communicate that with your spouse and your children, and they've been given the ability to choose to, follow instructions or do their own thing. They have their own free will as well. But the part that we're held accountable as men, as the head of our house, we have to be the one to make sure that we are first leading by example, and number two, communicating that to our wives and our children. And so I believe it or not, I used to be like strongly against firearms. I was, a little jaded by it because in 2004 I witnessed my best friend get unalived by the mishandling of a firearm through one of his friends that I had recently come to know, prior to him being unalived. And it devastated me, man. I was like, man, weapons are evil. These inventions have caused me to lose somebody so dear to me. But as I got older and I got a more better understanding on firearms, and that it's not necessarily the firearm that is evil. It's the person that is handling the firearm. What is their intentions? Are they responsible? Are they using it to defend themselves and protect their household? And I used to think, well, men of God in the Bible, they didn't resort to violence, and they just prayed. Newsflash, Abraham was a man of war, righteous man, the father of faith, and his nephew Lot was in some deep trouble, and he gathered his men and they rode deep. It was so powerful. He took out 3 armies. If I remember correctly, he took out 3 armies because it talked about 3 kings being defeated by the hand of Abraham and his army, to the point where I think it was a king of Sodom that came to him and offered him riches and spoils of the war, and Abraham refused to receive any wealth or riches from him because he didn't want that king, which was a wicked king, to have bragging rights to say that he made Abraham rich. So Abraham refused to receive anything from him because he depended on God to make him rich. And as he went on, God did make him rich, and he was very wealthy. But he was a man of war. So he prayed. He was a friend of God, and he knew how to also not only pray but protect his household. And I'm not saying to bear arms to go seeking problems or looking for problems, but I really have come to a place where I've matured a whole lot more, and I've become more open to getting a better understanding of, hey man, I'd rather have a tool and not need it than to be in need of a tool and I don't have it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, that's how I got here. But it was tough, man, in 2004. But I've grown since, and I have a different perspective. And yeah, man, it's dope, man. I'm about to go out here and get out in this range, man. Hopefully I'll be able to shoot some content out there. I'm gonna see if they will allow me to. But I just want to talk about the importance of men just protecting their household. I remember when I was younger, my dad, praying man, this man is crazy about Jesus, man. There was, before Friday came out, and we all know Debo, there was 2 twins in my neighborhood, man. I grew up in Lauderdale. pull out of there, throw the males up. Yeah, man, South Florida, baby. And there was these two twins, man. They was wreaking havoc in the neighborhood, man. I forgot their name, but it was a boy and a girl. So every time they would see any of the kids in the neighborhood, they would terrorize them, man. They would take their jewelry, their shoes. They would take off whatever they could get off of them. And man, this was tough, man. I remember me and my brother, we was coming home from school one day, and we saw the twins from a distance. We was scared, man. We was like in elementary school, walking home from school, and we saw them. So, man, your boy, I ain't gonna lie, me and my brother, we got underneath a car, a parked car. We got underneath, we crawled underneath, and we laid on our bellies until the twins passed by, because we were scared, man. We would have took them on, but they were bigger than us. We were kids, and we just didn't want to. We didn't want to get beat up. I'm gonna be honest. That was then. That now is different. It's different. But I'm not saying to resort to violence. But if I have to hold my own, I will. I will. But one day the twins came to our backyard where we were staying. We was renting a duplex, and it had a backyard. We had the back unit. So the twins came, and they saw us outside playing. They was trying to steal our basketball, and we were terrified, man. We was like, dang, man, like, not again. And my dad happened to come out of the sliding glass door, and he saw the twins trying to mess with us. So my dad, you know, he a Zopapi. He's like, hey, get out of here. What are you trying to do? And for a moment, me and my brother, we felt like, yeah, let's go. What you want to do now? Now we were ready, because we knew our dad he had our back. He was going to stand up for us, and he threatened them like, you know, I could take your life right now. Now he's a man of God, so, but you know the stigma, Haitian culture, everybody do woo. My parents, they didn't grow up, their families grew up in it, but my parents did not practice that stuff. But he threatened them like, hey, I could kill y'all right now. Yo, my parents, they didn't practice that stuff. But my dad told them, hey man, I could take y'all lives right now. And they were scared. Their eyes got big, and they took off running. He ran them off. At that moment, I was like, man, I was proud of my dad, because he protected us. He protected us. And that's just one out of many times. But our dad stood up for us, and he protected us. And when I saw my dad stood up for us like that, I said to myself, man, like, when I have my family one day, I'm going to protect them like this. And that's it, man. I'm sorry, you have to take the hit, man. As the head of your household, you have to be the one to take the first hit. You got to cover your family. You got to cover your household. And you got to make sure that you're not only providing, you're not only praying for them and covering them in the spirit, but also in the physical. I have daughters. I got 3 daughters and 1 son. I don't want them to not feel safe because I have not invested in my personal development, and also, you know, training how to combat, just in case, God forbid, something crazy go down. My wife and children know I'm going to stand in the paint, and I'm going to protect them to my best ability. Like, I'm going down. I'm not going down without a fight. Yeah, man. So, fellas, protect your family, man. Protect your household. Jesus protected his bride. We are his bride. He made sure he protected the church. He's still protecting the church now. He said that, you know, he didn't promise that it would be easy in this world. But one thing that Jesus said is that he have prayed for us. Not that God would take us out of the world, but that he will help us. He will protect us. He will be with us when we go through trials and tribulation. and we're gonna face challenges. You have to know how to war in the spirit, praying, fasting. There's times where, you know, I have to war in the spirit. I have to set time aside and speak fiery tongues and declare scriptures over my family, over my household. That's in the spirit. But there's also a place in the physical realm where you have to get some training. You have to. We're living in a crazy world right now. People are rolling up in churches, no fear of God. We're living, the Bible talks about there's gross darkness that will cover the earth. And God wants us to arise and shine. I'm not condoning violence. Don't get me wrong. I know people will be, you know, twisting my message or my video today. No, I'm just sharing with you, like, dude, you got your family's your responsibility, and you all are God's responsibility, but you have to, you know, do your part as a man of the household, as the husband to your wife, and so forth. Again, I'm gonna see if I can get some content while I'm out there, so stay tuned. Man, this thing is deep South Miami. A bunch of farmland and plants. I would not want to be driving out here with no street lights. I haven't seen a street light yet, so it's good that we come out here in the daytime. Jeez, I'm almost there. I'm like 4 minutes out. All right, pulling up. I think we're here now. I just washed this truck yesterday. Had I known I was going to be on these back roads, I would not have washed it. But I'm gonna wash it again. Man, life is so funny. I was not an American car guy. I was just imports. Hondas, Acuras, Toyotas, Lexus. Well, all of a sudden, I got older. Got a family. I'm a big truck driving guy. Chevy. Got a big old Chevy 1500 RST Silverado. And now I see why it came in use now. Because I'm on these back roads, man. It's like crazy bumpy right now. And I believe every dad should have a truck, firearm, and what else? A hat. Trucker's hat. I'm officially I don't know. I'm officially like a manly man, whatever you want to call it. I don't know what to call it, but I'm getting up there in age, man. 40 is looking good on me, man. And I like this. I like driving big trucks. I don't want nothing low to the ground no more. That was when I was younger. When I was younger, I was like, all right, yeah, let me get the little rice burners. But now I'm like, nah, man, I want to sit high off the ground. I'm going to lift my truck 6 inches. It's already 3 inches off the ground. I'm gonna lift that thing up to 6 inches. Y'all stay tuned to that. Well, I hope this you guys are enjoying this video, man. If you are, hit that thumb button, give me some likes, man. And whoa, it's a little bumpy back here. And subscribe, man. I was trying to, you know, make content on this channel like in a stationary place, like, you know, behind the desk and having the studio lights and stuff like that. And I realized, like, I really don't have enough time to consistently kick out the videos like that. So I'm like, you know what? Nah, man, I'm gonna just start recording out of the truck while I'm on the road. Oh, we here now. Let me turn this thing around. Yeah, we here now, man. We entering into the gates. Please respect. Please do not speed. Anyone speeding may lose access to the facility. Okay. Gas inhibitors. Please checking that the range firearms must arrive unloaded and encased. All right, man, we are officially here, and again, I'm gonna see if I can get some content. If I can't, I'll just let y'all know how it goes after I leave. All right, let's go. Just wrapped up. Was not able to get any footage, but it was good, man. I need more practice. All right, so I just left. It was good, man, but it was extremely hot. My dashboard is saying it's about 106 degrees out here. Man, it is hot out here. But I had a really good time. And geez, I feel like I'm in a safari. Yeah, I had a good time, man. I learned a lot. If you're gonna be carrying a firearm, you gotta practice. You gotta go to the range and invest in training. I realized, like, man, I need to practice. I need to be going into the gym, they call, because at the live fire training, you know, you shooting real rounds, but at the gym it's airsoft guns. But what you do at the gym is what you're gonna do live. So I definitely had a lot of feedback from my instructors, and I got to work on my grip. I got to work on my sight alignment. I just got to get in there, man. I got to get more reps in, because in a real hostile situation, you're not going to have time to think and, you know, get ready, get set. It has to be second nature, and that only comes by way of repetition over and over and over. I'm gonna get better, but you know, my whole point of making this video is to emphasize the importance of being a protector. You may not be into firearms, it's cool, but just stay ready for whatever situation. God forbid anything crazy does happen. However, if something do happen, you're ready. You're ready. I hope you found some value in this video. If you did, really appreciate you smashing that like button, and also subscribe to the channel. It's been put on my heart to encourage men, you know, help them to spiritually develop and also add value with personal development. So I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. Leave a comment below, and you know, let me know how I can add more value to your walk with Christ, your journey as a man, your journey as a husband, a father, all of the above, man. See you all in the next video. God bless.